on PlayStation 4 while there's a system update pending, so we have to take care of that real quick. One sad part of that is that I closed the stream right kind of in the epilogue text to sending Jody home after last time, so I don't know exactly where the last quick save was. We're about to find out. Hopefully it's close. That's us. Reload. Hopefully we don't have to do that liberation rite again. That's really the worst case scenario. Anything other than that, and I'm good. Hooray! Okay, so this is actually right after that rite. Okay, phew! Ah, saved. Okay, so, welcome back everybody, to more wonderful Pyre. Continue to love this game a lot. We actually did an extended stream last time. We did 2 liberation rites. We started by sending Pamitha the Harp back to the Commonwealth, mostly so that she can take care of her sister Tamitha, who is kind of a very angry and violent person who is currently being held in custody, and hopefully Pamitha can smooth that over once she gets over there. And then we ended the night on sending Jodariel, our demon friend, aka my favorite, aka Discount She-Hulk, back to the Commonwealth to be with Hedwyn and Ruki, who were part of her kind of original collective of folks. So the band is back together over there on the other side of the line, as it were. We also found out that Jody apparently, so she's been in the downside, the exile place, for like 16 years and grew the horns here, and it was she was very sensitive about the horns, and she's holding out a hope that if she heads back to the Commonwealth and survives long enough, that maybe the horns will recede or go away in some way. In any case, I'm hoping that she'll be happy over there. This does leave us really, really thin on crew. We have Volfred, otherwise known as Sandalwood, who was a former teacher and journalist who is part of the big plan, came up with the plan, capital P plan. We have Big Bertrude, the Bog Witch, who is actually a lot easier to play than I thought. Hey, Bedroad. So we'll be seeing a lot of her. We have Tizo, the Drive Imp, who is kind of risen above his station. Welcome. Showering always welcome. Showering always hopefully enjoyable. Who else we got? Oh, right, Sir Gilman, our worm friend. And I think that might be it. And someone wants to chat with it. Oh, right, well, there's Tariq, but he doesn't really take part in the rites. He is one of the gate guardians. Ah, that is a Katie. Hello, Katie. So Tariq has been getting a lot more open the last couple of rites. Yeah, Hedwyn was the first guy that we sent back and was kind of the unofficial leader of the group before I joined. So I'm really hoping that he and Ruki and Jodariel reconnect. Difference to the plan. Oh, nice, we're up to 75%. That's not bad. And I think we've got at least one more liberation rite left to boost that further. It still hasn't told me how many liberation rites are left, and they've been saying there are only so many left for like 3 rites in a row now. So this might be the last one, it might be the penultimate one, I honestly have no idea. At some point, they're not going to let me send anybody else back because I'm only going to have 3 players and I won't be able to complete the game without them. That might actually be the tipping point. Celeste is Tariq's opposite. I've really been just interested in finding out more about him. Is the Pentultimate the 5th from last? You know, I hope so. Hey, Sandra's talking to me again. Hooray! Let's actually chat with her again here. Oh, I can't. She won't let me chat with her anymore. Okay, maybe I'm still on the outs and she's just putting on a brave face. In any case, we will continue on. We've got our next non-liberation rite. Go back to the Cairn of Haub, which is just fun to say. Soon after the stars shall draw you here again. I'm betting we've either got only 1 normal rite before we get to our next liberation rite, or only 2, so it should be pretty darn quick. And of course the weather is still... almost crashed into somebody. The weather is still pretty foul because the whole downside apparently is being affected by the coming ending of the rite. He's a metaphor. Back over the ocean. Forgot that the cairn is all the way in like the far deep south of the downside. Woo. Hi friends. Licksand. I'd forgotten about Licksand. What a terrible, awful name for a place. Ooh, Falcon Ron is coming there with a special offer. I did recommend to Falcon Ron that he start doing sales. Volford thinks you'll find something of value here. Alright, so I don't think I have any money, so a sale doesn't really do me any good. Let's go to Shunt. We shall go to Shunt and search for valuables. The dusty wastes of Shunt. As neither you nor Volford can tell exactly what it is, the object lies beyond your grasp. Consider methods to retrieve it. Work with him. I mean, yeah, we came out all this way. We're going to get the stupid thing, even if it's a cursed object. We have 3 of those. We might as well complete the set. Forgotten Parcel. Alright. It's worth money. We found somebody else's stuff. They're probably not coming back for it, right? Yeah, there's no way. Listen, if anybody asked, it was totally Sandalwood's idea. I do. I'm like easily 13 hours into this game, and the charm of the animation of the wagon still has not gotten old for me. I still love it. Hey, Falcon Ron, I actually have... Oh, actually, hang on, I'm wrong. I have lots of money. I should have gone for the sale. Damn. Alright. Hey, where's your friend? The big one with the horns? Likes frowning? Stuff like that? Likes frowning. What a great comment. So Falcon Ron always immediately notices once you've sent somebody back to the Commonwealth. He's always the first one to know that they're absent. Alright, so our Forgotten Parcel is only good for money. Ooh, 250. We are loaded. 63, 42. What was that? I was going to get a thing. I think it was this guy. Typhoon Bottle. While the bearer's triumvirate is banished, adversaries are slowed and cannot use abilities. That is pretty great. After dousing their pyre, you require yours heals. Bearer can banish adversary. No, that was terrible. After getting banished, the bearer returns in a burst that draws in nearby adversaries. No, that actually seems like it would be bad. Bearer banishes an adversary by aura casting. No. After dousing the pyre, you earn money. This is one of those ones. The Burning Promise would have been great if I'd picked it up like really early on in the game, because it would have been a great way to just regularly make money throughout. Plus 10%. Nope. The Thorn's Knot. Another way to gain cash. Flinging the orb. Yep. All right. So we saved up all this so that we could grab the Typhoon Bottle. Let me go ahead and grab the Typhoon Bottle. Does it have a rank? No, it's just infinite rank. I earned the trophy Big Spender for that. It cracks me up. Water is taken from the Deathless Tempest, which boil now with an even greater rage. Fantastic. How could that possibly go wrong? And we have enough to grab one more of these. There. Considering actually selling the rings back at this point, just because I almost don't have enough people to do paired talismans with anymore. He won't take he won't take the cursed items back, which is honestly fair. Alright, well hang on to those. There's probably going to be at least one more option here. Falcon Ron knows that good customers are like money and should be treasured. Very nice. That's almost kind of, sort of, maybe pseudo-sweet. Alright, let's dive on back in here. Alright, Righteous Flame. Could get some levels up. What else we got around here? 7 Presence. Alright, Kerfang is max level. Tailwind could go up, alright. And you don't even have one. Oh, interesting. She can't use the Black Claw. Interesting. Like there's a story there. Alright, so of all of these, come back. How much of a level up is this? +4? Perfect. Boop, to 20. After dousing the adversary's pyre, your pyre is restored by up to 10. Beautiful. Alright, so that's a good healing one. Tizo has the presence one. Go ahead and actually give him the Typhoon bottle instead, which I feel like Tizo would appreciate. Kerfang is going to be really good on him because he only does 15 damage base, which is not great. The quickness for him isn't bad. I think I may actually switch that up and give it to Bertrude, because she's already pretty fast, and making her like super fast with all the damage she does would be good. The 7 presence for him is not terrible. Aura remains while grasping the orb. And then we can always just give him the little paired things. Kind of like the idea of giving him and Bertrude the paired rings just for their shared backstory. After getting banished, the bearer either returns with infinite stamina or is a fast-moving howler. That's not bad. 100% more stamina than usable, can't grasp the orb, so he'd go to pure defending mode. I'm going to give Volfred the Black Heart. And we're going to pretend like that's not a metaphor. Ooh, hang on. Do you have a thing for me? Can we chat? We can chat! What's up, girl? You did, I'm sorry. Go watch the stars die out and get your idiots their freedom. Tell that herald that Sandra the Unseeing did her job. Aww. Yay! I really appreciate that Sandra, who they could easily have made as just a transparent excuse for like the kind of challenge mode dungeons and the practice room, because she runs the danger room. She's the Jocasta of this particular world. They actually have given her like a personality and a character arc, which I was not expecting at all. Care not for your pity. Do not come visit me again like this without my asking. Okay, I have actually been really rude and ignored a few of her requests to leave her alone. This time I think we really need to respect that. Oh, we're up against, that's right, we're playing the Accusers, who we've actually only fought once. They're the people I've seen the least. I think they were the ones we fought in the first Liberation Rite. Tizo, what's up, buddy? Tizo has history with Lendel? Seems to be indicating that Lendel has a personal vendetta against him. How can you have a personal vendetta against Tizo? He stole a fish, didn't he? Very important fish. God, they're all just, oof. Interact to activate, Adversaries have plus 50% stamina for use of their abilities. No, we don't need challenge mode. We're already playing with, like, we're on the B team, we're getting close to having to play with the C team. I don't need to up the difficulty on top of that. I think that's plenty all by itself. Alright, so we gotta bring Tizo into this so that his story can continue to unlock.
Leader, it seems the stars once more have mustered wherewithal to usher in the rites. The sky grows dimmer by the day. An age is ending. Surely you must know by now that you shall never all be free.
Yeah.
Yet still you struggle to fulfill some senseless plan. But I digress, of course. Some of us still honor the tradition.
Get wrecked,
Some of us
Brighton.
hold dear the teachings of the scribes.
So Brighton was apparently one of Sandalwood's original group. Got freed, and then once he got to the other side, he took the Commonwealth's offer to come back and be a judge over the rites. It basically became a giant cosmic prick. I love the idea of Tizo having a vendetta with somebody. This is amazing. Also, I love his little mask. You robbed me of my freedom, my dignity. Your evil shall be ended. Wow, dude. Tizo, you live a rich inner life that I've just missed this whole time. We face again none other than the spawn of the accursed imp, Haub the Swallow. It's actually the first of the 8 scribes. Tizo, man, I want the story when this is all done. Also, crap, I no longer have my demon who can actually bolster my pyre. That's a little unfortunate. Okay, well, that's alright, we can do the healing, that'll be even better. I'm gonna put Tizo on defense. Well, that's... Tizo on defense actually isn't bad. Alright, let's put him on defense.
Tizo.
Jeez, that's a big old aura he's got going on. And we will bring in Bertrude. Our adversaries are contemptuous indeed. The wicked fiend you serve is an affront. Tizo, what happened, man? What did you do? Can you do it again?
Now begin. That's it.
Oh, I really thought I jumped that in time. Nope. You made a mistake.
The path to glory laid bare.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Bertrude. Hop.
Yes.
Oh, what a good leap. What a good leap. Apparently I just earned the crowd pleaser achievement. You misbegotten little pox. Wow, Lendl, points for style, man. You really have not let this go, whatever this is. Tizo utters at Lendl a slew of the absolute worst imp profanity. I love that imp profanity is just yeah. Amazing. I'm to be trapped in this forsaken hole with you for the remainder of my days. I shall see to it that yours shall be as doleful as my own.
That Lendl certainly enjoys a rousing speech.
Drama from this dude.
Talk means nothing in the rites.
We got it. Whoop, we missed it.
Bertrude plunged into the
almost ran right into their aura. Okay, this is going really well. I've gotten remarkably good at Bertrude, and it's helping a lot.
Absolution.
I love that jump. I think when we get to our next liberation rite, I'm going to be sending Gilman back, because he's already kind of completed his story arc stuff.
Blessed be.
And it's actually a good thing, because I could really use Shay a little bit longer. Her speed is just wonderful.
And it is done.
Oh, undeniable!
The you-know-who prevail.
The you-know-who prevail?
Crying tears of shame.
Seriously, Brighton?
The rite is ended.
Oh, you've gotten so petty, old man. Yay, Tizo! Tizo wishes to make a quick exit. That's a really good idea. What imp? A monster in disguise. Is Tizo like a reincarnation of Haub? Because that would be amazing. Also, to explain a few things. Tizo is truly a descendant of Haub. That he has quite the legacy to live up to. He's doing great. Alright, Shay's max level. Yay! Tizo ability.
In the mind of the imp Tizo.
Tizo gives thanks to Haub for watching over and protecting him. Aww! He's getting cute. Have I really only got 2 points for him? That's right, he has the moonside thing. I should probably retalent you. That's quite good. After casting his implode, Tizo returns much faster. That's actually really good. Tizo's implode ability can banish adversaries in a much wider area. That is not bad either. If banished, he automatically casts his implode ability. If he doesn't have the orb, I don't really use that one very often. When saluting, he turns into a howler. If banished, he drops an improved moonside. That's not really going to help much. Implode and coming back faster is really nice. I think I'm actually gonna... Let's try the fast-moving howler thing, because I've also got a talisman that will do that. And I'm curious to see just how fast-moving and useful that howler is.
May misfortune find you ere the turning of the stars.
Wow, screw you, buddy. Like, Brighton has gone from being, like professional, but kind of like vaguely threatening in a general way, to just overt saying, I hope you die. And it's like, wow, dude. I need to ask a moment of your time while the night is clear enough to see. Alright, we choose our next star. Ooh. That sounds like we're going straight to Liberation. Whew. Yeah, I appreciate that for a game that is forcing you essentially to recycle through the same opponents and the same arenas, but in different like combinations. The accelerated timeline, where I think originally it took us like 6. We had to complete 6 rites, and then we got a Liberation rite. This time, 1 and back. It's like, yeah, they've really just accelerated this dramatically, and I love it. Gesundheit. Tariq laughing? That's a terrifying thought. So Tariq's whole deal is that he doesn't really want the rites to end, because then he and Celeste won't see each other again for an era. And he's not really down with that. Celeste is much more dedicated to maintaining the sanctity of the rites, and has kind of chastised him for even suggesting that they ought to sabotage the rites so that the two of them can stay together. If we begin to walk while casting down our gaze, whilst resisting well the urge to look too far ahead, we may make steady, careful progress. I want to go back at some point and rewatch the first couple of episodes of this game, because I remember really not liking Tariq before we even knew his name was Tariq, because I thought he was super duper shifty. And boy, has that come a long way. Oh, Tizo, what's up, buddy? Tizo understands full well why Lendl is angry with him. While Tizo does not like Lendl as a person, he recognizes nonetheless that he denied his freedom. There's a liberation rite. He did what he felt necessary. He wanted to help his friend go free. Aww. Nonetheless, he feels a certain guilt and regrets that rites force exiles into such situations. Yes, but that's not your fault. That's the fault of the people who established this crappy system, which is why we're doing a revolution thing. Oop. Aha. Tizo is also kind of a believer in the rites, apparently. In part because they were created by the scribes, and he might be the descendant of one of those scribes. But I don't know if the scribes are proud of him, but I'm certainly proud of him. Alrighty, we continue on. And now we gotta go all the way back. I specifically came to the Cairn of Hayub because I'd only faced the accusers once before, and I was curious if there was more story. I was not expecting a rivalry with Tizo. That's a whole other level of unexpected. But I'd forgotten that it's actually like one of the furthest away from the mountain. That's alright, the backgrounds are super pretty. Yep. Past the dread unicorn. Into the snow-covered lands. There we go. Whoa, hello. Coming out of nowhere. We haven't seen Orlek in a while, and that worries me a little bit. Hey, Speak of the devil. What's up, buddy? Listen, no offense, Orlek, but I was not the one who pushed you out of the light beam thing. We shall meet upon the summit ere the last cycle of rites is ended. Uh-huh. So, I mean, obviously, I forget what they called themselves, like the true Nightwings or the OG Nightwings, whatever it is. They're clearly going to be my last opponent. Tizo will gain favor there. Temple Cistern. Birchwood will gain favor. Ooh. Let's see, who did I say I was sending? I was sending Gilman. Then yeah, let's... No, I changed my mind. Because I'm much better at Bertrude than I am at Tizo. Orlick spoke the truth. He has a right to gain the summit. When the time comes, Celeste will deem him worthy and will let him pass. He has also been anointed and prevailed. Nothing is written in the book on this. Seriously, no one figured that this would happen at some point? I mean, it seems pretty obvious. So yeah, we'll see him again. For now, we take on the dissonance. So that suggests that there is at least one liberation rite after this, and that makes me happy. Doo-doom. The Worm Scribe's Favor. Fantastic. This is good, because this is going to be Gilman's rite, so I should absolutely be talking to Ores, who Gilman is particularly close to. We do not fear the Commonwealth or fear for it, and we do not fear for us. Ooh, nice! Bertrude trained 3 Glory, so Glory is the damage dealt. And she already deals a crapload. So that's extremely cool. That's not bad. Foraging won't do me any good at this point, I have nothing else to buy. Power leveling somebody is probably not a terrible idea. Or I could just give all of them a boost. Boop. Ba-doom. Alright, +1 hope is how quickly they come back, and then presence is aura strength. Let's go with presence first, and we'll do hope last, which feels like a very downside thing to do. Hooray! Alright, so everyone's aura gets a tiny boost, which is cool. Let's chat. Bertrude, what's up? Oh, studying the crystal. Listen, do not be mean to my wraith person friend. The mouthy wraith rebuketh our attempts to summon her. She insists we are too young to understand. Interesting. Bertrude, if you have a secret way that we can smuggle Sandra out, then please get to working on that, like toot sweet. Would that we could extract them. How about just talk? How about just talk, not extract? She claimeth obligations only to thee. Interesting. Our reasoning is taking us elsewhere. Her refusal to cooperate is like to be an ancient warning. Interesting. Others of the southern bogs know something of her, but we shall not be tempering further with such sorceries. Hey, now that's just mean. Hey, there she is. Hi. I've actually never seen her in a wagon sequence before. Mouthy wraith. It appears that even she has learned her lesson. Thank the stars that happens to be you rather than her. Aw. Hey, Xenon, welcome. Do feel free to mention. Oh God, I've collected a whole group of like 10% evil people, and I love it. Aw. Okay, so sounds like we're on at least fairly good terms again, if she's trusting me with that. Still got to figure out a way to actually get her out of here. To the gate. Yeah, they're shortening this loop every time, which I really appreciate. Ooh, messenger imp. God, look at them. Look at them. Just amazing. How that letter is in any readable capacity, I have no idea, but I love the messenger imp. Hey, Jody! How we doing, sweetie? Her past transgressions have been forgiven. Soon to be reinstated on the blood border. On the presumption she wanted to hold status as a captain back. She offered an especially prestigious leadership position in the First Veil. She refused, rather bluntly. That's my girl. Instead, she settled for its agents. as well as several of her former fostered sons and daughters. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Last part of the messenger imp's news must have been damaged in transit, probably because it's biting the letter. Appears to be in Jody's old words. All you can tell is that it says, await. Interesting. Yeah, having Jody on the other side, I think, is gonna be big. Between that and having a friendly harp on our side, we've got the military side of things covered. Hee. An inspiration to us all, or to this night at least. Do you think she still has her horns? And everyone gets +1 hope. Hooray! Alright, so Bertrand has 3 glory and everybody has +1 hope. Beautiful! Feeling good about this, y'all. Alright, so we're taking Gilman and Bertrude. I guess Tizo might actually be my best third, just to keep him back as a defender. Hey, Celeste! This is to be one of our final meetings. Now even Celeste is admitting that it's all coming to a close. Oh, Tariq, sweetheart. Seems rather late for words now. Yeah, let's see if we have anybody who has any interesting moments here, other than the two of them, although... Aw, yay! I would really... listen, I'm rooting for you two. I just want you to know. Take your time, buddy. And up the mountain we go. Man, all the Supergiants games' music is just fantastic, and this has been no exception. Falcon run! Poor slug boy. In the cold. I still haven't looked up how slugs react to the cold. I gotta figure it's not great. Alright, I gotta remember what all of these other things do. Okay, these are consumables for one-time use. It's not really useful to me. Yeah, I think at this point, we're probably not gonna be using these guys anymore. Yeah, alright, we're gonna go ahead and sell these back. Hey, up, away, grab you, boop. Nice doing business with you, Ron, as always. You guys really are my favorite customers, you know? I think slugs hibernate or lay eggs and die. I don't know if Ron has found anyone egg-worthy yet. I'll have to ask him next time. Oh, and we're up against the Dissidents, which means we get to see Barker the punk dog again. There's something I wish to ask you, something which ordinarily would not be my place to discuss in any detail. If you'd not mind my asking you such a direct matter, how many liberation rites are you supposing yet remain? 2 remain, including this one now. I don't want this to be the last one. I want to have one more shot. Oh, good. So we agree. It's possible that whatever answer you make just determines that, but I'm not sure. As to what happens once the final liberation rite is ended, we shall soon both find out. So you don't know either. We're gonna skip the challenge mode. And hear Brighton's condescending introduction to our penultimate rite. If we send Gilman on this one, then who do we send last? Volford could work, but I kind of want to keep him and Bertrude together.
Reader, I would ask that you think back for just a moment, if you please.
Here we go.
When you first looked upon the Book of Rites, think back upon the words that it revealed. Oblige the voice that tells you more. Oblige the voice that tells you more.
Oh, is somebody getting under your skin there, buddy?
Would that the scribes were here among us still. I would not sing your praises to them, rest assured. I trust that you shall savor this occasion. You shan't have to oblige me for much longer.
Thank goodness. I'm kind of hoping that at the last rite, after I've sent my last friend back to the Commonwealth, I can literally throw the book at him. Hey, Barker! See, like, this is one of the triumvirates that I don't feel bad about beating, not because I think they're terrible people. I actually really like Barker's crew. But, like, they seem to be doing really well on the downside. I don't think they really need to get back to the Commonwealth. They're doing great here. I mean, just look at him. He's so happy. It's a real pisser getting here. Oh, his last name is Ashpaws. Aww. Forgot we got the stars above there, making me watch my language. See, like, I can kind of respect the full anarchy in the UK thing that he's got going on. We ain't interested in your freedom, but just the same, we're gonna get it. Yeah, like, I don't feel bad beating him, because they're doing great here. Let's do this. Okay, so they're gonna have 3 speedsters. Yeah, thanks. Me too, buddy. Aw, Celeste. Are you guys getting the band back together?
Who shall you attempt to send home this time?
Alright, Gilman. Alright, so this looks like we actually don't get the option for either of you two. So, yep, Gilman it is. He's got the fang, right? Yep, he does. Excellent. Ha-ha! Has this knight at last regained his honor? Let's find out. See, I say yes.
Who shall lend him support?
You're also very speedy, which will help a lot. Let's keep Tizo back as a defender, because Shay can't benefit from XP.
Tizo.
Whoop. Plus, you know, tiny guys gotta stick together. And now Bertrude.
Bertrude.
If we're lucky, this will be super quick.
No.
Let's rip him to shreds. I love his energy, you know? I can't be mad.
Commence.
He just ran right into that, huh? Okay, need some stamina back. Nope. Ran into a wall. That'll work. Come on. Yeah. Come on, we can do this. Whew. Ha 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 ha. That was fun there in the middle. Aha! Come on. Oh, nice job, Gilman. Yeah, they respawn very quickly, which Rookie also used to do. Ooh, okay, well. Whoop, nope. Nope, not gonna make it. Oh, that was close, though. There we go, there we go. Oh, that was close. Nice job, Bertrude. Alright, one more. Let's finish this. Something's gone right funny with that orb. Something strange has happened to the celestial orb. Ooh. Shadows now as though possessed of the same chaotic power as your adversaries. Interesting. What does that mean? Well, your turn to find out, buddy. Aha! Come on, come on.
And there it is.
Yeah, Gilman.
The
celestial orb is an egg. I don't know.
Their adversaries.
Okay, I really thought things were going to get tougher. I'm wondering if they actually lower the difficulty once you
Thus ends the liberation rite.
once you start losing people.
And thus the scribes have chosen
That or I've just gotten way better at the game, which is
the
possible.
exile appointed by the Night Wings shall be free.
Gilman,
Absolved of all misdeeds.
we love you, buddy.
Return to glory in the Commonwealth.
You deserve this. You never should have been in exile.
His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
He really loves that part of the phrase. Yeah, Barker, this doesn't really seem like your scene, dude. No offense. I love that the scribe that's associated with whoever we liberate rises up when they go free. That would mean his honor is restored. Oh, yes. This night's exile was self-wrought. He has been atoned in the eye of the Underking. Aw, I'm gonna miss you. You silly, squirmy bastard. Go back home and make us proud. Prouder. We're already proud. His true journey only now begins. I think what I love is that, like, there's a Sir Gilman in about half of the 90s JRPGs that I used to play, so it already feels like a very familiar take. I just haven't seen it in a lot of modern games. You don't get a lot of, like, cartoonish Arthurian legend characters anymore. I think I might feel the best about that one.
Godspeed, Sir Gilman. The cycle of the rites is nearly at an end.
And Bad Road, I love the idea that the Celestial Orb is an egg and the Pyre incubates it. That's cool as heck. Don't know if true, but freaking cool. Alright, so Tizo gets a healthy portion. I do need to get Volfred back in here soon. That's right, we'll bench Bertrude next time. Doo-doo. And away we go. Alright, so if we've got one left now, I think it's got to be Shay. Because I don't want to split up Volfred and Bertrude. They're really cute together. Tariq is not eligible. I'm not eligible because I'm the reader. So, yeah, it's got to be Shay. Wow, yeah, so we've sent Ruki and Gilman back at this point. So we have none of our like, the wagon is going to be as quiet as it's ever been at this point. Sequel idea, you play the Rebellion in the Commonwealth. If you have a save game from Pyre, your skills carry over and you get characters in the same order. That would be amazing. So if Supergiant keeps up their current pattern, then in 2020 we'll get a new game that'll probably be unrelated to all the other ones. But listen, I gotta say, if they made a Pyre sequel, or even just like a Pyre DLC, I would be 1000% down. Poor Tizo. I suppose we could send Tizo back. I hadn't really considered him in the Commonwealth, but if he does miss everybody else. At this point, what has become of our plan need to be the subject of our speculation. 84%. Oh, it's pretty high. Pretty high chance. Our actions at this point shall pave the way, perhaps our faith as well. Stand on the brink of the last turn of the cycle of the rites. Up for a little stargazing, let's see where we're going. Because we will probably still need to do one intermittent rite, but probably only one. Alright, we just went to Haub. We haven't been to Jomer in a while. Let's see who's waiting there. Howdy. Oh, the Chastity's there! Ugh. H. Manly. Okay, we just faced you guys. And we just went to Haub. Okay, well, H. Manly it is. Rights remaining, 1. Rights till next liberation, 1. Okay, so we got 5 friends back on the other side. Actually, let me check one more thing here. No, so the accusers are currently the most favored, so we might see them yet again. And that's okay. Actually, wait, no, Orlex said that they were gonna line jump, so we'll see them for the last ride. Oh, phew, sorry about that, y'all. Should you seek courage? May bravery soon bloom within thy heart. So we found Bertrude just sort of talking to themselves. It's the Bog Benediction. Oops, sorry to interrupt. I mean, it's a small wagon. Where else am I gonna go? Oh, she's doing a prayer for Sir Gilman! Oh, that's so sweet, though! The Worm Knights are a distant kin. Well, that actually makes a lot of sense. The distant kin is still kin. Aww. Could not have survived all these years without divine aid, so we provide him more. Ooh. Mistake thee not these for actions of affection. Aww. It's okay, sweetie, you can be honest. Aww. It's actually a really sweet benediction. Alright, let's just I'm gonna touch base, see if anything's changed. No, okay. She said not to bug her until she asked for it, so I'm assuming that she will ask for it. It's not like I like him. I just feel responsible because he's a distant relative. Alrighty. Set forth for the singing. I just realized that the... So we went from snowfall to rain. That looks like a shower of embers. Yeah, that's like volcanic ash. So shit's really coming to a close here in a very palpable way. Doo-doo. Oh, hello friends. I really hope like the downside doesn't get destroyed when I leave. Oh, up. Oh, sorry, Igni. It's the worst when you crash into somebody when changing screens, because there's literally no way to avoid that. Hello? Who are you? Oh. Okay, that one splatted itself. I wasn't moving. Whew, almost had another collision. Jeez. I am a menace on the skies. Alright, I'm gonna splat another one. At this point, I'm collecting them for an achievement, basically. Hopefully I'm not actually splatting them, but it sure sounds like I am. Seems like a strange thing to have included. I guess just to make flying more interesting. Glue Hive. Alright, well we're benching Bertrude for this rite, so we're gonna go with the Tiza one. Doo-doo. Hooray! Explore. Tizo has not spotted anything in the surrounding area. Thinks maybe he could. Hooray, vacation times. Yeah, let's do... I don't really need items anymore because I don't need stuff or cash. So we will vocate. Let's see. If I've got time for 2 of these, then this is beneficial. If I don't, then yeah, it's still +1 hope, which means faster return times, respawn times, and there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, what's up, little guy? You okay? It seems perturbed. Oh, is Tariq talking about Haub? Yeah, I'm getting the sense that Tariq is essentially like, you know, an aspect of the downside. He's been here since the beginning, or possibly before the beginning, with Celeste. And I appreciate him telling Tizo the story of Tizo's ancestor. Of course! Tizo, we absolutely need you. You're fantastic. Gives you an imp hug! Okay, that's it. Top of the key here. It's all downhill from here, folks. Aww. Who couldn't love Tizo? Well, other than Lendl, of course. But, you know, screw Lendl. Tizo sometimes loses sight of all that makes him special. Aha. There was a time when he was the sole imp able to conduct the rites. Since then, other triumvirates have found imps with the capacity for it. Yeah, I don't really like Tizo because of his ability to help me in the rites, but you're not wrong there. I think I'm gonna leave Tizo here. By which I mean, him and Volfred have a big history and like each other, and he and Tariq have a history and like each other. So he's got more family here than he would have in the Commonwealth. Plus, an imp in the Commonwealth, I feel like, would have a little bit of a harder time than average. Let's go fight some trees. Well, a tree. If I remember right, the Chastity is not a homogenous group. I'm actually going to skip talking to Ron, because I don't really have anything else to buy. What's up, Wilfred? I figured that you two had history, mostly because all, like, same species groups in this one have some kind of a story together. Now imagining an all-imp team that just funnels exiles through liberation rites? That's kind of amazing. As we saw him, you might recall I avoided him. We're not good acquaintances. He knows enough people in high places that he could be harmful to our plan, should he know of my involvement. Should have to be discreet. Same with the Nightwings. Once again, I can no longer hide from him outright. Perhaps he'll take me for a common sap. Well, I hope that doesn't mean you won't participate in the rite, because I was kind of counting on you to give Bertrude a rest. I want her to be fresh for the liberation rite. Let's see, I did not play Shay last time, so she should be good to go. And I haven't played Tizo much at all, so he shouldn't be coming anywhere close to banishment sickness.
Reader, the Commonwealth, your home.
It's starting to sound desperate there, Brighton. Not a good look on you.
Much like a stack of books. The flame,
Too soon.
because of you. Because of your outlandish plan. Not that you care. Not that you shall live to see this place again. Your attempts at revolution shan't succeed.
Are you sure?
So by all means, keep trying.
Oh, I'm gonna.
As for myself, I shall enjoy presiding over these remaining rites.
Wilfred sent. Longtime fans of the channel will know that my network is crap. Tonight that doesn't seem to be the case because all other services are still online. It's just the PlayStation connection to Twitch that has died twice now. So we'll keep an eye out. If it goes down again in the next like 30 minutes here, then we'll call things early. But we're just going to go ahead and proceed on. So at the moment, because I don't know exactly where that cut out, Volfred wants to keep Manly talking in hopes that he'll give up something that we can use to disincentivize him from meddling with the plan on the other side, because he knows some powerful friends in the Commonwealth. Just gonna boast about your wealth? Sure, fine. I have a date with Destiny not long from now. Alright, so they have a harp, a human, and a sap. I heard the most preposterous rumor about you. You're harming an especially notorious criminal. Could not imagine such outlandish tales could possibly be true. We might have to we might have to leave Volfred on the bench for this one, just to maintain secrecy. Let's see. Manly seems to respond to behavior similar to his own. You could send him away. Yeah, I don't want to give him the scent that he's on the scent. Sense that he's on the scent. Who's counting? I'm sure the scribes wouldn't mind if they were here. I have to go check on my wonderful colleagues. Shoo.
Choose quickly, your triumvirate.
Oh, hush. I'm not the reason we're delayed. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put... No, we said we're going to bench Burchard. Okay, we'll put Shay up first.
Shay.
Trastia?
Tizo on defense.
Tizo.
And Wolfred on center.
Wolfred. It is done.
Hey, Shay, what do you think the scribes would say if they were here? Yeah, I kind of wish I had that kind of option. I just maintain discretion more than usual. He's only friendly when he wants something. I can't... Actually, this is not a liberation rite. I could lose this one if we really need to. Oh, is he gonna cheat this time?
Commence.
Oh, that was close.
The night
Nice job, Shay.
to strike the adversary's flame.
Oh, that's close. Whoop. Oh, very close.
Pyre's flames grow.
Very nice, friend. Oh, that was too close.
Too bad for that one.
Where'd you think you were going with that, really? Whoop. Oh, can I not jump over that? That's weird. It used to work. Let's wait and see what they do while our folks come back.
Your Pyre
I thought I jumped
weakens.
into you while you were flying. Apparently I jumped right as you landed. That's unfortunate. Wait, how does he know it's... How does he know it's me? Ah, that's unfortunate. Alright, so the secret has come out. Maybe I shouldn't have played Wolfred.
That manly Tinderstaff has such a mind for politics. Would that he focused on the rights. Very
Ha ha ha! Hooray! Well, at least we can win the game.
You'll have to
Oh,
do
man, I
better
thought I
than
edged it
that.
out. I was incorrect. Gotcha! Gotcha! Haha! Nice job, Tizo! Would that he focused on the rights.
Now
Nice
then.
one. I like that a lot. Ha! Oh, darn it. Close, though.
An opportunity.
That's right. Oh, oh. You changed direction faster than I thought you were gonna. Right, come on. Gotcha! Gotcha! Come on, come on. We got this. I believe in you, Shay.
Shay did it.
Beautiful. I love my
Now,
speedsters.
go on, just once more.
What? Aw. We got this, we got this. Do it, Tizo.
It is done. Fine, yes, the Nightwinged did
Whew.
prevail. Most excellently done this time, I must admit.
What's Tizo doing? He turned all chumpy. So I switched up. I gave him a thing where he turns into a howler. I didn't really stop to see what it does exactly. The first time that we met Tizo, we were up against howlers, which are basically like dark imps, kind of feral. And I think he just turns into one temporarily. Alright, let's just keep him talking. Did you find something digging around in his brain there? Oh, looks like that worked. Listen, I know I've been very like outspoken against all of the non-consensual telepathy going on here, but listen, in this case, I'm okay making an exception. It should ensure that he has no lasting memory of our encounter here. Oh, well, okay. Volford reads minds. I also read minds, and my guess is that it's a reader thing, but or rather, yeah, it's a reader thing in the sense that anybody who can read, because he wasn't his group's reader, he actually participated in the rites, but he is also a reader and was an old like literary professor and whatnot. So apparently in this world, reading comes with telepathic ability, which is pretty badass when you think about it. Wolford finally gets some XP. Yep, and away we
Now go and wallow in the downside for a while.
Screw you. Alright. So now we're up to our last liberation rite, and I have a choice to make. Let's take... Well, let's chat first, and then we're going to see what that's done to the graph. A final chance at liberty presents itself. Alright, we'll go check out the stars. You know full well what you see out there, however the time has come to face it. What's that done to the graph? 86, okay, it's not... I was hoping to crest 90, but if we send one more person, that hopefully will do it. Whoop, bong. Set course! Second star to the right. And straight on till morning. Your 7th and final rite. Whew. Coming up on the end of the game here. We face Orlek, who was denied his rightful freedom last time. It's a chance that we might actually lose this right so that Orlek can go free because he was supposed to go free the first time. But I don't know that I want Orlek in the Commonwealth. Unless he really changes his tune in a hurry. Okay, the sphere is not talking to me yet. A solar shell. The sparkly thing in the center is in fact its heart, which it airs out from time to time. Aw, it's actually kind of cute. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure I had not missed an opportunity to check in with her about liberation. Continue.
Foolish reader.
What's up, dude?
Your so-called friends. You are accomplice to their hateful plot.
Damn right.
They are exploiting you. You shall never have your freedom.
That's been established from, like, you know, round 1. You're not telling me anything I don't know. For our final journey. Oh, we got a song! Absolutely, please.
together on their own. The journey shall be made. The journey shall be made.
Did I mention I love the music in Supergiant games? Because I love the music in Supergiant games. Doom. Whoop. Yee! Getting to see Tizo actually speak in their own voice is adorable. I understand they cannot all go home. This is beyond even your power now that the Titan stars have spread across the night. By your leave, I wish to help them this last time. They are my friends. What else is there for me to do now save help them? We really did end up with a wagon full of absolute pure angels, and it's the best. Vocations. Oh, teaser gained glory. That only helps him on attack, which is a little bit of a shame, but that's okay. Speaking of glory. Each point of glory... Okay, so it's +1 damage. That's not super duper great. That's alright. Every little bit helps. Righteousness. Let's not oversell it. Again, one last quick check. Nope, not glowing. Okay. Just making sure. Up the mountain we go. It's all coming to an end. Hey, another messenger. About Sir Gilman! Hooray! His return to the Commonwealth was met with much rejoicing! Yay! He's promoted to the rank of Veiled Captain of the Blood Border. Well, that makes sense, because Jody turned them down. He did refuse the post. He no longer had the heart to fight against the Hyming Remnants, because he's been traveling with Pamitha. Oh, this is wonderful. Yeah, good job, buddy. You thanked the messenger in for the report and saluted crisply, as surely Sir Gilman would have. Hee. Tears he shed ought have been bottled and thus set aside for us to use in various salves. Stay weird, Bertrude. Yeah, I think Shay's gonna have to be the last one to go free. Alright, this is it. Our last rite. Then we get to find out what the heck all of this really comes to.
Escotil Noxalas. Simnaderus.
Shall be time we take our rest.
Salutiam, seres.
I would tell you that the Nightwings are prepared, though this time I'm uncertain anyone amongst us feels thus.
Taruntadage.
Yeah, what's next for you kids? And then nothing, not for the rites or us, not till the dawn of a new age. So, the good news is, if this revolution is successful, I think that would totally count as the dawn of a new age. Let's hope. I'm really hoping. I long as yet to see an age where freedom is one's birthright, no longer are good people such as these forced to contend for it. Go left for the right, right for the wrong right. Write that down. I love it. Oh, my name is Shay. I'm here because the scribes, this is the path that they have shown me, and all of us. I like it when they call me. An entire wagon full of pure angels. I'm gonna be hanging out in the downside with Tizo, Big Bertrude, and Volfrid, and honestly, there are far, far worse endings for anybody involved. That's assuming that, like, Brighton doesn't get pissed and liquefy me in this last rite, which, it's on the table. You, an old farmer who vowed to help her friends be free again, and who managed to come this far with this group.
Gratan octolorica. Nisasaivaros.
Except for you, Tariq. You stay right there.
Rictus tafinen.
Uh-huh.
Previscavas.
Listen, take your time. Take all the time you need. I'm in no rush. Okay, good. I was really rooting for those kids, and it seems like it all came together in the end. She's got an office or something, right? I mean, it seems like there's a lot of places to get away in the ruins of the fall of Solium. I'm sure they'll find a spot. I don't really have anything to buy, but I can't leave without talking to Falcon Ron, right? Guess you probably heard the big news. I'm going out of... You're going out of business? This hasn't been the same, you know, the stars all fading out. You guys are great. I'm sure I'm going to miss having you guys as customers. I got some good news. All my stuff is all on sale now. Maybe I'll be seeing you guys around. Oh, wow. The world is coming to an end, and Falcon Ron's goods are at 5% off. I love this ridiculous mercantile slug. Let's see, 182. That's 95. I don't have any talismans to upgrade though. We don't really have anything else I want to buy either. In fact, because I hate leaving him without at least some transaction. Presents. Yeah, that's good. We'll sell this back to you. There you go. Ron, I think you're gonna be okay, dude. Alright. I'm triple checking. Because Sandra hasn't talked to me. Okay, so she's still waiting on me. Maybe I missed the opportunity to trigger that event. I can look it up later. For the 7th time we return. What a nice round number. Or at least a nice prime number.
Negaratus.
While in the shower, I finally realized that he's called Falcon Ron because he's a hawker. Oh, that's amazing, though. Listen, Tariq, I didn't expect to be saying this, but I'm gonna miss you, buddy. Yay, Tizo!
Himanolia.
Shay is only here because everyone else said you're coming. Now we're both wiser and less irritating than most others of that kind. That is high praise coming from you, Big Bertrand, and I appreciate it. It's truly been a pleasure. I thought he just intentionally misheard an expletive for Falcon Ron. Could be both, could be both.
Ceramiscus.
Alright, how's the plan doing at this point? 86, that's still right there. That's alright. It's pretty good. And we're going to send one more person to nudge it that last little bit, I hope. God, it would really suck if we get it to like 92% and it fails. They're probably not going to leave the epilogue to a dice roll, though. That doesn't really seem like a super giant approach. Alright, Brighton, let's get this over with. I think we're sending Shay. I think we're sending Shay back this time. Because, I mean, she's going to be happy anywhere, and given the crew that's already on the other side...
For one last time, upon the fall of Solium, dear reader, hear me...
Oh, it's Dear Reader again.
For one last time. For soon, the few remaining stars shall fade away, leaving you stranded there for your remaining days. In that forsaken land, where you deserve to be.
It's very pretty, though.
The rabble that you roused here in the Commonwealth
I'm
shall
a
be
rabble
put
rouser.
down. The exiles whom you liberated, all shall fall in line. But first, Let us get on with this last liberation rite. You face none other than yourselves.
Mirror
Each
match?
so unlike the glorious Nightwings of yore. 'Tis a shame that one of you shall soon be free, for you deserve each other.
What a jerk. Ah. Alright. Gonna interrupt the process here, Ori? My freedom was once stolen from me. I was cheated of it. I may now attempt to take it from me once more. May these damned rites cease forever for the misery which they caused. Oh shit, though. He might be open to the plan. Because the whole point of it is to end the rites. Oh. Well done. That's a... Oh god, plus 40? Jesus. Alright. We're gonna hit their thing a lot. Luckily we'll have Bertrude. So... Orlek doesn't have any connection to Jody at all. He has a connection to Volfred because they were part of the original Nightwing. Well, not they're part of one of the earlier iterations of Nightwings. And Brighton, who's the voice, was one of their champions who they successfully liberated. And then it was Orlek's turn, and they won, and he was to be liberated. And as he went to step into the Shimmer Pool, one of the other members of their team pushed him out of the way and dove into the pool to try and snatch freedom that she felt she deserved. She was vaporized. And Orlek tumbled off the back half of the mountain that we're on, and was presumed dead. Turned into a demon over years of just kind of laying at the bottom of a mountain, forgotten, and has now come back to try and get the freedom that he was legitimately cheated of. And I'm actually really annoyed that the rights don't have like any kind of rules for that apparently, because they didn't really think this through. So he's got history with Volfred. In terms of they used to be teammates. But that's really the only connection he's got to us. Right down to the guys in a... This whole thing feels like an allegory for American life, right down to the guys in a slightly less terrible position, read the voice, defending it vehemently to keep himself from losing his small amount of power. Yeah... Metaphor. On whose behalf shall you conduct this final rite? The one whom you anoint, or else Orlek? I have utmost faith in you to make the best decision.
Noxalas.
Yeah. Oh, okay. One by one, your gazes. Tizo, Wilfred, Shay, and Bertrude. You've come this far, but now the downside and the rights conspire to tear your group apart. I've kind of already done this. Are you prepared? Yeah, we're ready. Let's do this. How much time we got? I got about 4 minutes. Alright, so the stream's going to run a little bit long at the moment, so my apologies. But, like, we're right here. I can't stop it now.
One final opportunity for salvation. Too bad for the rest of you.
Yeah, it's going to have to be Shay. The healing will be very good for this one. That one, we're going to go basically full defensive. Interesting! Wolfred refuses to be anointed because of course he does. And yeah, I think we're going to bring her in here. There's the plus quickness. I'm actually going to give her the claw. So that she does like 38 damage every hit. Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll send Shay back.
Shay.
I can finally go home? But if the scribes allow it. Okay, yeah, I made the right call. Such a clarity of thought and purpose. Everyone's ready to... I mean, who doesn't love Shay, to be honest? Alright, so we put Tizo in at defense. Okay, so you will participate, you just refuse to be anointed, which is honestly, that's very in character. Let's see, do I keep you back as a defender? Yeah, because you can do the sprout thing, so you can actually create a second thing. Yeah, plus, yeah, I figured you'd want to face this guy because y'all have history. And then Bertrude is our ringer here. You're scared of the claw. The claw frightens you. Was that from Liar Liar? Was that Carrie Elways? Ah, it's still a great reference regardless.
If that is all,
This is
then-
appropriate, actually. I have Wolfred and Bertrude get to play together. Alright, so that looks like a worm, and that's a drive imp. Actually, no, that can't be a worm. That might be a cur, and a drive imp, and a demon. This one could be tough. You sense or like searching for you, reaching out to you. Oh, well, he can do the thing too. They're nothing to me, but you would relinquish your own liberty for sake of them. It's fitting that I should have to face one such as you. By the light of dawn, the cycle of right shall cease. Let's see if we can finish this ordeal before that time.
Nisaseivaros.
Valsare.
Aww.
Unapetavis.
Let our song this evening shake the stars themselves.
Penelovale.
Best innuendo ever. I have 2 new favorite bards.
Begin. The final
Gotcha.
chance at liberation for the
I remember last time we fought. Woo! It's a heck of an explosion radius you got there, friend. Nice job, Shay. And now he's going to be calling out Wolfred. You cannot stand by and do nothing, yet that is what you did. What will it take to convince you that I had no part in your betrayal? Let me prevail. Ooh, okay, here, this is an option. This is definitely an option. Oh, well. Sorry, buddy. Listen, I love you, and I know that there's a whole justice thing to be had here, but, like, literally the fate of the Commonwealth and also the downside is kind of at stake, and I mean, you know... Grab it. Grab it! Grabbing it. Alright, a little bit more. Yep, we got this. Nope. Aw, dang it. Needed just a little bit more stamina. Gotcha. Just gonna wait for people to come back. That feels appropriate. Haha! That's the second time that that's glitched out for me a little bit. Aw. Or too big. You are too big for my goddamn feet. Ooh, that's a heck of a jump. Oh, that's right, you're a Shay. You have the super leap. The sky rains ash. Whew. Is there literally gonna be like a meteor shower now? Okay, he seems pretty fit. Oh, no! What? 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 No, not okay. Not at all okay. That's what you get. Okay, that'll heal mine up. 98 to 90. What? Gotcha. Oh, I just went a little too far. Did we... I didn't know we could knock each other out. Didn't even know that was possible. Damn it! No, it's just that, I didn't know how mingling auras worked. Yeah, da-da. None for you! Okay, that healing is gonna be big. I think we just pulled ahead, barely.
Your adversary's pyre now falls short of yours.
There we go, that's what I wanted to hear. Nope, nope. Yes! Oh, that's a big hit. Oh, that's a big hit. Nice, Bertrude. Oh, it's getting tense. It cannot be your finest effort. Ho, 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 ho. Think you deserve your freedom more than I? It's not about deserve, actually. I'm being utilitarian now. This is all about the most harm that will be done. And no offense, but you're much more harm.
Deliverance.
Nice shot, Shay. I was really worried that was going to come up short. Whew, one more hit. One more hit from anybody except Wolfrid should do it. Have you reconsidered my offer, buddy? Listen, no offense, if you say that you'll down with the plan, I'm totally fine letting you out of here. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. What? Nope. Oh. Ho, 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 ho. Oh. That was dumb luck. Alright, come on, girls, let's get us out of here. Need my stamina. Not enough, not enough. Not enough? Okay. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that was close. We got this, come on. Ooh. Oh.
There it is.
Oh, Bertrude. My heavy hitter. My tactical nuke.
Proved their worth.
Oh, the person with the least investment in all this. She rattles when she dashes. It's great.
Thus ends the liberation rite.
And the final rite.
The scribes have chosen.
Here's a
Shay,
good
be
time.
well, say hi to everybody. Keep their spirits up, yeah? Cycle rights will end until the dawn any moment now. You are not screwing Shay out of freedom. You hurt her, I hurt you.
And
That's the
thus
rules.
The scribes have chosen. And thus the scribes have chosen.
Wait!
And thus the scribes have chosen. No.
Did you guys already succeed?
Twins.
Did you guys already succeed on the other side?
What have you done?
Did you do it?
No
You
sé.
maniacs? No, sweetie, if we did this right, we're all going home. The light of the stars above has all but died. The shimmer pool will not reveal itself again. The 8 scribes saved their greatest treachery for last. What do your elf eyes see? The shimmer pool has reappeared again, different, but open. This is not their greatest treachery, it is their greatest jest. The shimmer pool is flung wide. It seems that all are worth. They did it! They did it! Hedwyn, I'm gonna hug you so freaking hard when I see you. Shimmer pool has lost most of its strength. You step inside and you'll surely drown, of that I can assure you. He's gonna go in there anyway. Shimmer pool is revealed and one of you may return. But as for who returns, someone shall have to choose. The last light of the stars is extinguished and the rites will cease. This is the final trial. Our confrontation, the rite, it was all meaningless. The victor of the confrontation is the one to make the choice. Interesting.
Domizaru Mansa?
I could go home? Oh, oh! Oh, this is different. Oh. So Shay gets to choose. Make your decision quickly, lest it be forfeit. Do not know how much longer the light of the stars shall offer you this gift. I'm so glad that Shay is the one who gets to make this choice. The only problem is it's Shay, which means she's probably not going to choose Shay because she's a sweetheart.
Tani Peresu.
She, of course, she's choosing the reader. Oh, sweetie. The choices she made, or rather the choices she gave, it's now yours to make instead. Push her through. Listen, if they give me the option. That is the trial, and I fear there's little time remaining. If you and your companion are too cordial with each other to accept, then I'll gladly take it. Listen, Orlek, no offense, buddy. You absolutely had your chance. Wolfrid said, will you honor the plan, and you said no. Oh, you. Oh. Okay, so hang on. Let me. Since we have infinite plot time, let me go through my deliberations here. So obviously, this is probably what we're going with. I already made this choice. I already assumed that this was going to be the way it was. We just stick with it and we send Shay back. This is interesting. Katie, you nailed it in one. I'm really tempted to honor Shay's choice because Shay, when given the option, wanted me to go. Now, that's probably because Shay is an absolute darling. That also, however, leaves Shay here on the downside with Tizo, who she gets along with great. She was doing fine in the downside on her own. She's actually been the least affected by the negative influence of the downside of, like, the entire extended party. Whereas she left the Commonwealth because when she talked to scribes there, they declared her as, like, mentally unfit and sent her here. So that hasn't really changed. That's not part of the plan, is to undo that. So that prejudice still exists, but it doesn't really exist here in the downside. So if she stays here, she's got friends, she's got family, she's got a welcoming, just extended environment, and then I can go help make the plan happen, which also means that she doesn't have to take part in a potentially, hopefully not, but potentially violent revolution. She can stay here where it's relatively safe, and I can join Hedwig and Jody and the others, and if it comes to blows, then I'm the one whose butt's, like, literally on the line. I think I'm going to go with this one. And I think the coin flip, the deciding factor, is that Shay, when given the choice, gave up the choice. And I really want to honor that the same way that I really wanted to honor Gilman when he took himself out of the running. Shay, you're absolutely amazing and wonderful. We're going to find a way to get all of y'all out. Ooh. May you return in
Godspeed,
glory.
Reader. By the scribes, no stars remain aloft. The cycle of the rites. It is finished. The Commonwealth. What shall become of it? What shall become of us? Nightwings. The opportunity to gain your freedom from the downside. Was it not enough?
Oh, I'm really curious to see how this all plays out. I'm super nervous that I pooched some things here, but we're about to find out, I guess. Absolutely gorgeous. An exiled reader returned to the Commonwealth. She was to be the last. Son of a bitch. Stars had faded and the cycle of the rites had run its course. She found the Commonwealth in a state of unrest. That's a good temporary state. Spurred by the efforts of all 5 liberated exiles, Volfred Sandalwood's revolutionary plan had incited the masses. Exiles and the starless sky pretended the return of the scribes. Rulers of the Commonwealth pushed back. Of course they did. Fighting broke out in the street. Okay, so I'm actually really glad now that we didn't send Shay back to this, because that would have been bad. It was then that the winged Highwing remnants chose to strike. God damn it, I shouldn't have sent Tamitha back. Allegations that the remnants were in league with Sandalwood was never proven. There's no denying the result of the two-pronged attack. After enduring for almost a millennium, the Commonwealth had fallen. The Usarian Union declared its sovereignty. Among the changes the selected leaders ushered in, they vowed never to cast their people into exile. They abolished the old Commonwealth decree forbidding literacy. Yes! Okay, good. That was one of my big, like, bullet points that I wanted out of all this. Today we still remember all of this. Remember the exiles of the downside whose deeds led to the dawning of our age. Whether they returned or not. Okay, so there were riots, there was violence. I'm glad I didn't send Shay back into that. That does not seem like a good scene for her. Still feel a little guilty, to be honest. Oh, that's a cool tableau. Oh. Okay, wait, do we get to... Alright. Does this give me, like, epilogues on people? Once the rites had ended, the Imtizo had a job to do. Quite unlike most exiles trapped forever at the downside. The lone minstrel asked that he watch over the Black Wagon, which the Nightwings had used extensively for travel and for shelter all throughout their quest. Tizo obliged, for he knew that the wagon, as well as its drive-imp inhabitants, better than anyone. What became of the wagon was never verified, as evidence of Tizo's thorough work. Like to while away his days with any of his friends, or else with his fellow imps. He'd visit his friend Shay at every opportunity. Okay, good. I'm glad I kept you two together. She was among the few who could constantly interpret what he meant. They were always close since first they met. Right, Sandalwood, they were close. The two would often reminisce about their times with the lone minstrel. Tizo often missed his interactions with the reader, and quickly built quite a rapport back in the downside. Tizo would often express wistful gratitude for all his time with the Nightwings and their many adventures. Tizo would sometimes help interpret for messenger imps relaying news to and from the Union. Nice! Despite having gained significant celebrity abroad, he never let it go to his head. We'd go fishing, yes! At every single chance he got. I got a couple of these that I want to save for later. Let's check in some other folks. Gilman believed that he had regained something even more important than his freedom, his honor. He relinquished his knighthood, declined an opportunity to serve as captain. He was not interested in fighting any longer. Came need for him again. He fought the night of the scribe's return. He fought with all his might, faced other worm knights, cared only for the cause. Gilman truly knew his time as a knight, can't talk today, had ended. He declared to all those in earshot that he would never fight again. Unless, of course, there were those extraordinary set of circumstances upon requiring him to fight, but he certainly hoped not. Trained regularly just in case, especially with his fleet-footed friend Rookie. Yay! Would regale over and over about the time they squashed the spawn of unfathomed Plurnus. He had forgotten about his days under the leadership of Sir Deluge, thank goodness. Breaking free of his abusive leadership was his first step towards getting a bit of self-respect. He never returned to his homeland of the Sea Dominion and was content to lead a monastic life on a small residence in the hills. It was just high up enough to make him keep striving to conquer his sphere of heights. Aww. Knew by then that honor was not something to be won, but a contract with oneself to be renewed each day. Good on you, buddy. Hedwyn, we've been apart from you the longest. Hedwyn was instrumental in the events leading to the fall of the Commonwealth. He was the one who led the raid on the stronghold, where the voice was holed up when the fighting grew fierce. With him and then and thereafter was one of the winged harps. Oh! That's right. I'd forgotten that Hedwyn's lover was a harp. Their bond was vital to the peace that followed. Yeah! That's my boy. Reunited with Jodie. Despite his intense manner, there was no one who he trusted more in times. Yeah, I mean, yeah. He'd often think back about the vow he made at the beginning of his quest for freedom. Although he cherished all of the friendships he made, he pledged to Jodie, Rookie, and the Reader that they might all be free again together. His promise had come to pass. I'll be honest, I'd actually forgotten he'd made that promise. That's super cool. He's always deeply grateful to the other three, his closest friends. While the others who stood with the Nightwings were not all able to remain in contact, Hedwyn thought of each of them often, and in turn, did they often think of him. What a sweetheart. Who do I want to check in on? Well, okay, we're going to save Falcon Ron, because that's going to be a good one. Oh, I gotta know about you kids. Let's check in on Ignarius. Once it became clear to Ignarius that the rites were drawing to a close, he knew it was time for him and the Tempest to call it quits. He and the Tempest decided to celebrate for many, many nights. Good on you. He reminds me of like an Elvis version of Iron Bull from the Dragon Age Inquisition. The exiles parted amicably and went their separate ways, sometimes taking odd jobs. Never remained alone for very long, took many lovers in his time. Well, good job, I guess. Sometimes thought about the one he had called Curly Horns and what became of her. Listen, you and Jody gave it a decent shot, but I don't think she was ever as interested in you as you were in her. I think I had a chance to make that happen, and I chose the other option. Tam Tam, what happened to you in all of this noise? Commonwealth believed that someone such as she could be rehabilitated through years spent in exile. Instead, her hatred for ancient enemies only intensified. Wow! It's almost like prison doesn't help rehabilitate, naturally. The remnants were poised to strike the Commonwealth with a decisive blow. They'd received credible intelligence about the expected positions of the leadership and of weaknesses on the blood border. After a surgical procedure, she would fly again, almost as well as prior to her exile. She insisted on spearheading the attack. Of course she did. They descended on their foes exactly as planned. The chaos that had arisen that night made for an optimal diversion. The battle took its toll. Many of Tamitha's sisters fell. She herself sustained many grievous wounds, but ignored them all, and fought with a terrible fury. That sounds like you. By dawn, she was limping back towards the mountains. She would never fly again. Interesting. Soon after the fall, she attended a debriefing with her blood sister Pamitha. Tamitha was very skeptical that Pamitha could have played a beneficial role in the preceding events. Pamitha made no attempt to elude the attack and was struck full on. Oh no, please be okay. This cost Pamitha the use of her right wing. After she recovered, she shrugged the incident aside and said maybe they could call it even. From that point on, the Blood Sisters kept a formal distance, but were cordial with each other. That's probably the best outcome we could have expected from you two, all things considered. Without a war to wage, she grew more distant than usual. Those closest to her surmised that her inability to reconcile with her blood sister was at the heart of this. Tamitha never once admitted any such weakness, because of course she wouldn't. Ugh. I want to see what's going on with Dalbert and Almer. I feel a little bit bad that I didn't free them, but I would have had to free both of them, and that was a little too high of a price to pay for me. In the downside, they struggled to get by. The old hearts at last heard the news that the Commonwealth had fallen. It brought old Dalbert great joy. Dalbert passed peacefully in his sleep before the next new moon. He implored his son to undertake a pilgrimage to the scribes. Almer never shared his father's view of the scribes, but respected his father's wishes. After a period of mourning, he began a new journey. He ran almost headlong into another exile after banging Omad. Please tell me he runs into Shay. Ha 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 ha! Yes! Shay was overjoyed to see him. Okay, now I'm actually feeling a lot better about sending the reader back instead of Shay. Eventually, of course, he did, and they remained together, growing ever more accustomed to their new lives on the downside. Not a day went by that Almer Oldheart did not think about his father and give thanks to him and speak to him at morning and at night. Would that the stars he had shown for Shirley Dalberts would be there among them, smiling down at his son, watching over him and his kin. Okay, I'm not crying, you're crying. I don't really care about what's happening to Sir Deluge or Manly. Let's check it on Falcon Ron. Falcon Ron was forced to liquidate his assets and close up shop. As is sometimes the case with those of an entrepreneurial leaning, his time of hardship led to an epiphany. He had a run-in with a messenger imp bearing news from the other side. Ron gave it to one of his remaining trinkets, which he could not sell. Following, the messenger imp returned, bearing a tidy sum of wealth in newly minted coin from the Union. Falcon Ron cut a long-term deal with the messenger imp. Though his trade remained a gray area from a legal standpoint, the newfound fame of downside caused Ron's goods to explode in popularity. Fantastic. Later signed an elaborate agreement with Big Bertrude. Found a distribution partner on the other side through Rookie. Oh, that's so good, though. Falcon Ron's goods are still known for their superior quality, though he assumes no liability for any side effects. Oh, God, I love that Falcon Ron gets an epilogue. Bless these writers. Jody soon became an icon of the movement. Her military prowess and experience led to key victories. Each time she was able to subdue the opposition, avoiding lethal force. Her seasoned expertise also came into play both in matters of security of state. She conscripted and trained a team of volunteers in public safety. Nice. community did not know what to make of such a cordial bunch, and soon came to value their service. She remained close with Hedron all through this experience, and they supported each other through their struggles many, many times. She often had to stop herself for fearing for Shay, whom she had tried to look out for as much as possible on the downside. Soon she'd reassure herself that Shay was very capable of surviving on her own, and in fact, she wasn't mistaken. From time to time, she thought about Ignarius. Oh! There was more there than I read into that. That's a bit of a missed opportunity. There were those who sought to train with her, and sometimes obliged. She would always remember her days among the Nightwings with fondness, for the most part. That's about the best we can hope for. Let's check in on the last of the original 3 here. The ceremony when he returned was everything he could have hoped for. Soon he was well off, surrounded by luxury, and choosing between various exciting opportunities. Must have given it his better judgment. He had ended up signing with the revolutionary forces as promised. Kept busy barking orders to Vilfred's agents as the situation grew more tense. He took rather well to leadership. Nice! Began quite a lucrative career for himself, manufacturing and selling replica merchandise inspired by the downside. His main struggle was to meet demand. The money was too good, and soon his family was as well off as he always said. One of his order of business was to seek out one of his old companions, Pamitha, whom he took a liking during their quest for freedom. They bonded further over love of drink and supported one another through uncertain times. Aww. Also kept in close touch with Gilman, ever the perfect practice partner. Adorable. Made a special point of staying close to the group of friends he came to know so well during the time with the Nightwings. He shared a special understanding that put even Greentail at a loss for words. That's impressive. Their parting was heartfelt but brief. Neither Tariq nor Celeste were ever seen again. We know all this now through song attributed to them. Some claim these songs originated in the taverns of the Union, and merely were imbued with the weight of folklore, but exiles liberated from the downside corroborated each other's claims at having met the duo that presided over the rites. Another folktale suggests these minstrels were heralds of the scribes. Having fulfilled their obligations, they departed the world we know and rejoined their patrons. One of their famous songs describes another, simpler outcome. The two gave up their duties to the rites in favor of a life that they could share together. Yeah! Woohoo! In any case, they are likely to remain the subject of such verses and such songs, for it was they who watched over the rites and ushered in our times. Still rooting for you, kids. Pam didn't trust the Commonwealth either, instead found a place among Bulford's agents. In the end, resulted in the outcome Sandalwood envisioned. It was fortunate the remnants arrived when they did. Pamitha denied any involvement or foreknowledge of this. She played an active part in negotiating terms between the remnants and the new union. She must have felt some satisfaction to succeed the second time around. I love that she and Ruki became friends because they were both getting plastered in the pan pretty much every night. They had a drinking contest with an uncertain outcome. And this is about how she reunited with Tabitha and got wounded. Later, when asked, Pam admitted that she felt though she had no home to call her own. This was during an interview conducted amid an extensive trip abroad, for she had traveled thousands of leagues beyond the bounds of the Union. She continued to journey thus, something that reminded her of when she was younger and could fly unfettered. Aww. Alright, well, we gotta check in on Shay. We've gotten a little bit of details. She had little to return to in the Commonwealth. Okay, I guessed that one right. These writers have been really good about creating narratives that hold up, so that they're not a whole lot of, like, sudden knee-jerk surprises. Among her friends, she always remained close with Tizo. Shay often thought about Jadariel. That's actually my one regret, is that I didn't keep Shay and Jody in the same place, but I would have had to break up one half or the other, and I think this is the best one. One day, she encountered one of her former adversaries in Ulmer. Formed the basis of what would become a long-lasting relationship. She's always devoted to her faith, but more so to her friends. Her unwavering conviction often helped them brave life in the downside with courage and grace. Ah, love you, kid. Birdie, how you doing in all this? And at this point, since we're a half hour, I'm going to pause in the middle of all this. So I'm going to go keep moving through all of these, which will be lovely. But since we're at the 2-hour mark, if people need to head out, this will all be on VOD. I believe we've already held the folks at Squirrel Lily over a little bit late on their Friday night stream. That will be getting up shortly, and I'll be there as soon as I finish wrapping up through all of this, so I highly recommend it. Just taking a moment to insert a quick plug in here to that for folks who are currently on. I'm just going to go ahead and cycle through these, and then we'll head on over there here in just a moment. With the rites ended, Gertrude returned to her preoccupations, working away, almost as though nothing had happened. This is kind of what I expected from her. Much of her effort was doubtless due to the influence of sandalwood. He made clear that he could not requite her feelings for him, but what could have been a hurtful dismissal led only to a deeper understanding between them. She kept focused on her work, whether casting small enchantments or imbuing talismans. In the Commonwealth, such services were strictly forbidden. The downside, there was a real need for simple luxuries, which the competing slug market would not always provide. I'm glad she's doing well. He spied to assemble with liberated exiles representing each of the 8 largest ethnic groups composing the population of the Commonwealth. The rites ending sooner than expected, this ideal scenario became impossible. His own freedom, for instance, was now forfeit, yet the plan did not have contingencies. The plan did have contingencies. I'm actually surprised, because we couldn't anoint him for the last rite, so if we were going to send Vulfred back, the only way for him to get liberated was if I did it in the rite before last, which would have denied him the chance to face Oralek again. So I don't know that I ever would have picked that option for him. There was speculation that their well-timed assault may not have happened by coincidence. Sandalwood denied any involvement and regretted the bloodshed. Yeah, I know that you were looking for a bloodless revolution. We got to 86%. I feel like we got as close as we could. It's probably because I chose to liberate Tamitha. If I had sent one more exile back instead, that probably would have been the difference maker. Being stranded in the downside meant that there was only so much he could do. Resting assured that the future of the nation was in capable hands, he turned his attention to the remaining exiles. At least they could experience the new nation's triumphs and its struggles in some vicarious way. So he took to his old work, writing and printing. Good on you. So too did exiles of the downside take to him. He went back to being a teacher. Aw, good man. This periodical gave many exiles something to look forward to. He started a newspaper. One of his allies in all of this was the imp Tizo. Sandalwood often cited Tizo as the wellspring of his own enthusiasm for a brighter future. He's already enjoyed exchanging letters with the reader. Aww. Good. Now we have messenger imps, we can keep in touch. He remained steadfast about 2 things. That the cause itself ought to remain in focus. Freedom of the people had achieved, it was a gift to be cherished, a set of values that needed to be nurtured. The second point he made was that he himself had little to do with the outcome. Aww. Listen, this is long overdue, buddy, but I gotta say, I apologize for reading you totally wrong when we first met. You were true to your word pretty much all the way down. Those of us with memories more fallible than that of Sandalwood likewise remember the achievements of his fellow former exiles and our cause. Alright, well we're gonna end with this one because I'm really troubled about what happened with Sandra and I didn't get the option to bring her back that I was hoping for. Let's check in on Lendl. Because you were kind of a jerk to Tizo. Survival had become their top priority once liberty had slipped from their grasp. Lendl dismissed them as weak fools. He insisted rather forcefully that any evening now the stars would shine for them again. Oh, Lendl. His triumvirate abandoned him. After that, the exile known as Lendl the Liar was never seen again. There have been sightings of a bedraggled demon who wanders the downside and bears Lendl's cruel countenance. That's not terribly surprising. Oh, Udmilda. Even her fellow exiles of the throne allegedly grew unnerved after a time and left her to her vile work. She's the one basically trying to summon the old gods, or the Titan stars. Many bog dwellers in the region were forced to flee. A tempest blowing from the north finally quenched the flames. When the ashes settled and the grounds had cooled, the site of the fire was scarred beyond recognition. No trace of the witch could be found. Huh. As for the contents of the Pit of Malith, which notably included a profane object thought to be the remnants of Islash, all of it was gone as well. Interesting. Back in the Union, her repeated threats of the return of Islash were thoroughly investigated. No credence was found to any of her claims. Interesting. Good. So Cthulhu did not in fact rise from the sea. That would have been a real damper on everything. Or like curse the 8 scribes, one after another. He strode forward towards the waters coursing from the side of Mount Elodiel, and without hesitation cast himself down. His body was never recovered. The drop from the mountain does not appear survivable, although he did survive it once. That time, however, he was filled with fury. Such was the betrayal he'd suffered when his fellow exile claimed his rightful freedom. This time he was filled with nothingness, and chose to leave the downside in the one way he still knew he could. Whew.
More spectacular.
For slightly more upbeat news, manly tinder stuff. Curse the scribes, spewing forth such a slew of blasphemy as to be very unbecoming of one of his high status and bearing. Focus his energies on attempting to find another means of homecoming. Maintain regular contact with his wealthy family on the other side by a messenger imp. Use their resources to explore other means of escape. Tried using an elaborate pulley system. He attempted to retrofit a flying black wagon with superior propulsion. He tried an imp raft, a hot air balloon, even prayer. Nothing worked. Tinderstaff bankrupted his family in these vain attempts. At last, such was his shame that he retreated to the teeming woods of Black Basin to Cinderroot. There he yet wallows, complaining of his comrades of the chastity who still put up with him, either about his misfortune or the latest news from the other side. Well, that's not terribly surprising, really. Hot air balloon? Really? Barker Ashbow's never had much interest in returning. Always found its bylaws to be stifling. Soon grew very bored. He missed the raw anticipation of the rites. Decided to continue conducting the rites for the thrill of it. Bent some of the rules, replaced some of the objects, but it was close enough. The dissonants proved more than happy to participate, unless they ran against each other back in Jomer Valley. Okay, so they actually they turned it into a sport. Now it really is fantasy basketball. His old feud with Rookie Greentail ceased meaning anything to him, and he forgot all about it amid his new pursuits. Even Barker, who had led such a directionless existence to that point, found something of a calling through the rites. Whether he took the rites less seriously than other exile of his time, or more, was often debated by those who watched him work. Oh, I love it. Ah, deluge. Now he had escaped the rites. And the exiles wrapped up the ancient test were crestfallen as their last chances to return to their homes vanished, along with the stars above. Deluge did not mind. Interesting. This outcome meant that at last there was no burden of responsibility. Interesting. Deluge settled down. With him remained one of his companions, Lady Seagrass, who had taken a liking to him for some reason. I'm disappointed that Manly failed. If he'd found a way to return, others could have followed. I agree. Although if it had been hot air balloon, that would have been hilarious. Reportedly, oh, this is amazing. Lady Seagrass and Sir Deluge disappeared into the waters of Worm Gulf, which may begin to explain the significant increase in worm population observed in the vicinity. Listen, Deluge, we never got along like even for a minute, but all the same, I'm happy for you, man. I'm glad you found your own. Oh, Sandra, I'm so sorry I couldn't find a way to bring you back.
Visitamo templi.
Some accounts suggest the exiles in the Nightwing who remained in the downside continued to make use of the wagon as their place of shelter. There's no record of what happened to the wagon's contents, such as the book or the Beyonder crystal, said to be haunted by the apparition. One possibility is that when the Lone Missile took his leave, he took the Beyonder crystal with him. By this line of reasoning, the Black Wagon itself should have been taken also. Others remain skeptical that the Beyonder crystal ever existed, or rather that the visions that it granted were anything other than the result of an active imagination or a fever dream. The dwellers of the Southern Bogs offer still another explanation, for they are familiar with binding enchantments. If there existed such an object in which the Sisters of the Arch had been expelled for more than 800 years, the enchantment could have expired along with the light of the stars. This has been for Sandra and the Beyonders is difficult to say for certain, other than it may have meant that they were finally released. Those of the exiles who claim to have seen this apparition all spoke of her with degrees of reverence, or perhaps a little fear. That's legit. Well, at least if she got released and headed home, then I'm okay with that. Little is known of the reader. Some accounts of her begin to paint a picture. We know she was of common birth, just stout enough to make a simple farmer. The journey to the downside left her close to death. It was then that the Nightwings found her. They brought her from the brink. She showed them the path. Pressed onward with the others. She made a vow to help her friends be free. I did do that. I kind of broke that at the end. Thus, the cycle of rites commenced its final turns. When the final rite arrived, the reader's freedom was at stake. Freedom she indeed achieved ere the morning's light. From that point on, accounts of her diverge. It's said that the voice which troubled her she never heard again. Some say she helped form our Saharian Union. Though whether that's true, only she knows. Someday perhaps that reader's own star shall emerge. Shall pierce the dark of night in all its brilliant glory, until such time and ever after all of us give thanks.
Their journey began on a barren waste.
Absolutely gorgeous game.
Afraid and alone.
I've spoken really well throughout this series about how much I appreciate Supergiant as a studio. This is an order of magnitude beyond their first two titles. Like, the richness of story and character in this one is so good. And I already absolutely adore Bastion and Transistor, but this is a whole other category, a whole other ballpark. And I'm in awe. This has been just amazing. I'm absolutely going to be playing this game again. There are so many other possibilities to consider. There are so many other endings. There's so many other epilogues to look for. I'm really excited for them, and I really enjoy playing it. And yeah, I'm probably going to be going the rounds on this one for a while. So there we have Hedwyn and Jody. I'm betting that we'll see Ruki here in just a moment. Yay, Hedwyn! Oh, with a little teaso on Jody's horn. Hedwyn does strike me as the cooking sort, actually. Apparently, if you do Sandra's trials, you can take the crystal with you. I did all but, like, 2 of the trials. Dang it! So close! There's Ruki. Darren Korb does all the music for all 3 games, and they're just fantastic. Hooray, Shay!
The moon-touched girl part of the downside. She remained to the end.
Yeah, I'm glad the two of them ended up on the same side. Whichever, you know, like, I think the downside was the right call.
Faithful to the cause of the Nightwings. He remained to the end.
Oh, and Sir Gilman. The ridiculous, overdramatic knight, who is also a Wiggly boy.
He has found his way home. Having the thing, having
I am a little bit sad that Pamitha and Tamitha didn't really reconcile. Like, it's not unexpected, but I feel like we gave it the best chance. That's probably, if I play this one again, and I'm almost certainly going to play this one again, one of the decisions I'll almost certainly change is I won't send Tamitha back. She doesn't reform at all, she doesn't change her mind at all. I will just send Pam over her own kind of internal objections, or even send a third other person. I might see if with that'll give me exactly one extra Nightwing that I can send. I'll probably try to send Volfred. Because I really liked Shay's ending on this side. Her ending up with Ulmer, her ending up with Tizo. That seems like the happiest ending.
turn to action.
And the fact specifically that the Volfred and Bertrude didn't actually end up, like, they clearly have a connection, but they didn't actually end up like together. So sending Volfred back would not, I think, be as bad for Bertrude, since they already kind of cleared the air on that before that liberation rite would have happened. So that's probably the change I would make. I have no idea what that would do to the end. Well, that and completing all the trials so that I could send Sandra back. That's one of those where I may just reload a save that's very close to the end, just so that I can sneak in and do those last couple of Sandra trials, and then redo this just to see the different ending that she gets. Just an amazing game. Yay! Oh, hey, this is actually the first time we get to see the reader, sort of.
Now at the end, as we bid farewell and return to the stars, we shall find our way home. We shall find our way home. We shall find our way
Mhm. Oh, the library on top of all of this. Just beautiful. Well, and that wraps up Pyre. Thank you all so much for joining me with this. This has been absolutely spectacular, pretty much the whole way down. I have no idea what we're doing next, but this was extremely good, and I'm so glad that y'all who joined us for this got to join us for it. So yeah, I'm gonna hop over to the Squirrel Lily channel now, where they're doing a somewhat more irreverent and upbeat playthrough of Sam and Max, which should be delightful. Yeah, change it. Palate cleanser is not the word. You don't need a palate cleanser after this. But if this is a little high on feels, then I can assure you that Sam and Max isn't. So highly recommend hopping over there. Otherwise, thank you all so much. Have a spectacular night, and we'll hope to catch you all around for the next one.